Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is Labrish Live, where we talk about our favorite reality TV shows from a Black perspective. I'm just gonna say hi to Instagram at the same time. Got me that smoother. But yes, welcome back. Hope everybody is good. For those that don't know, I'm all things sugar and shade. Hey, and I'm here with.
I am Nana, aka the Black Fairy, aka Dark and Lovely.
Yes. And as you're coming in, guys, make sure you're whipping that like button. Make sure you do it now. How is everybody on this fine Friday afternoon in the UK? It's actually quite nice, isn't it?
It's sunny. It's a lovely day today. Yes, it's fabulous. I'm enjoying. I want to go for a very long walk.
Okay.
In the park. I'm going to try and avoid the squirrels because they keep on coming after me. So that's what I'm going to try and do.
What do you mean?
Squirrels are violent in East London. If they see you walking past their trees, they try and like do standoffs. And yeah, I'm going to try and avoid it.
In the daytime?
That's when squirrels are about. What, you see squirrels at night?
Well, no, but I'm just saying, like, usually crime happens in the but they're on smoke in the daytime. Okay.
Yeah. Squirrel crime takes place in the daytime.
Wow. Okay, so who is with us today? Say hi. I know this is not our usual time, so do you know what I mean? But do say hi, people.
Yes, drop into the chat and say hello. She was first. Sora is in the house with us as well. Thank you so much, Sora. Judy B is in the house. Cher is in the house. She's saying, sorry, missed the memo. This live was glam dress code.
Thank you.
You're a joker. Mo Beezy is in the house as well. I'm literally just trying to drop the link in the chat for the YouTube membership. I'm trying.
I actually have it, so I can just pop it in.
Yeah. Lovely, guys.
Pop in there. So yeah,
please
if you're not,
sign up.
No, go for it.
Please sign up. It is $1.99 to support us and $4.99 to become a part of our family, and you get access to our WhatsApp group as well. So that means access to us, in effect. People be talking
access,
all day.
From 5 a.m. messages. I'm just like, why are you up?
Yeah.
But I guess people in time zones, so yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. But yeah, I don't mind the 5 a.m. because I can sometimes wake up at 3. So yeah.
Okay. No. I'd prefer to sleep, but yeah. But guys, we have actually a little bit of an announcement to make, and like, people just relax, okay? That's what I'm gonna say.
No. Look, this is light because it's a Friday. Folks probably wouldn't be expecting us to be going live, but I just wanted to say a big thank you to all of you that really support Labrish. You've been riding with us, all the hours that you've spent watching us and giving us your feedback and your opinions. I truly appreciate you. But I'm having to take a break from Labrish. I have decided and this isn't a harsh take. Like, I literally have been sitting on this for most of the year. Just how are you feeling? I started a number of different projects at the beginning of the year, and I just feel like I've taken my foot off those. And those are commitments that I had set out to do years ago as well. So I feel like I need to honor that. And so I need to take a break from Labrish. That's been my decision. I'm not taking a break from aunties, so please don't run with that. You will see me on News and Nonsense and aunties as well. I'm not leaving the pods. I'm just taking a break from Labrish. That is all. And if Sade is reviewing clothing, I will join in. I will jump on that line. That live, I will be there. When we're reviewing clothes, I will be there. But yeah, I'm taking a break. Let's see after the summer. I may be back again, but let's just see how it goes.
Yeah. Do you want to tell people the projects that you are working on and what's like? Do you know what I mean? A little bit about them if they don't know.
Okay. So on our you may actually know, in the groups, people will talk about it. I have a podcast with my husband called For Heaven's Sake. We need to do more of that and spend time working on what we're going to be doing. So we're focusing on that channel. And then I have another podcast with my best friend, Sharona Knight, that's called The Queen Ages. And we review internet stuff and we just review stuff and chat shit and listen to music. And that's been like a passion that I've really wanted to do a pod with her. So I need to focus time on that as well. Plus, then there's all the auntie stuff. And I'm working with AK on the British Blacklist as well. So I just needed more time in the week and less time watching reality to get all of those balls rolling. And if I sort myself out and I can schedule myself properly, I will definitely be back because I love you guys. You guys got me through a lot with my mum. I love you guys. All of your names when they come up, it fills me with so much joy. So I am going to miss you, but I just need to do me.
Yeah. No, and we appreciate it as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, I definitely appreciate it. It's not going to be the same. I know it's only for a little bit, but do you know what I mean? It's it's like duo. Do you know what I mean? And that type of thing. So yeah, it's going to be strange. It's definitely going to be strange. But obviously, don't want to stand in the way of everything that you set out to achieve and everything like that. And I know once you put your mind to something, like that's it. It's going to happen. Do you know what I mean? So, like, yeah, I appreciate you, man. Seriously. And this is it's a break, okay? So I don't want to hear it. I don't want Will Smith making memes.
Will is the one to run with some shit. It's going to be Will Smith.
I don't want any of that kind of thing. It's all love, at the end of the day. It's just, a little change for the summer and then we'll see how it goes, Yes. Seriously.
Yes. You guys are now the co-hosts. You people are the co-hosts now. So you need to be in the chat, getting involved. Coming in and speaking with Sade live as well, because I will be dilly-dallying. I will be about watching you guys, so you better behave.
Yeah, you heard it. Do you know what I mean? So don't play about. Seriously. I know they're gonna start bullying me,
Don't let them. Don't let them bully you. Do your thing.
But yeah, no, it will be cool. So guys, make sure also as well that you're following Nana on all of her different platforms as well. Like, do you know what I mean? NanaEvans.com, always get it right. And For Evan's Sake as well. Any others? So Stacey, right?
The Queen Ages, I'm just sorting that out now. So that's going to be its own channel as well. So please, just follow me and then you'll know. And also, yes, I do produce the Chop House pod as well. Yeah, about that. Hands full.
Honestly. But yeah, just continue to support as well. And as Nana said, you'll see her, of course, on Auntie's main show, which is coming out tonight, isn't it?
Yes. It's rendering now, guys. The edit was really fun. Actually, it's a very good episode. So
is it? Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good episode. I thoroughly enjoyed editing it. So that will be at DJ Crystal Lake. I can't believe that's her real name.
I know. You remember Crystal Rose? It reminds me of Crystal Rose. Like that kind of vibe. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
That's why I had to ask her. I really was like, she made this up because it's such a great name. But yes. It's good.
Will Smith is silly.
I legit have abandonment issues. Another 1,000 on therapy incoming. Give it to me, dude. Like we if you got 1,000 going spare, we can talk. I will help you. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'm leaving you in Sade's capable hands. Enjoy the review. Have a lovely afternoon, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you so much. See you later, babe.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, guys, it's different. It's different now. I feel weird. I actually feel a little bit weird, but yeah, hopefully you guys will be able to make this transition as smooth and easy as possible as well. But yeah, we're going to be doing I know El Michelle, yes, she is leaving now. Yeah, fortunately. So yeah, this is day one of solo episode. It's so weird, but yeah, thank you, Dammy. I've got this. I could do it. I'm probably gonna go cry after this. Oh my god. But no, it should be fine. It should be fine. So yeah, so basically we're gonna keep things like in the same kind of schedule as we've been doing before. So we're gonna do continue with Real Housewives of Atlanta, Love Island, USA is coming up, I think, at the beginning of June, and obviously Love Island UK as well. Kind of thing should be coming up soon too. So we're going to cover all of those as well. And then I'm going to try and think of, or just let me know of like any ideas that you have of what we should cover, or like just things that you want to see as well. And we're also going to continue. So it'll be recaps and obviously the call in as well. I'm still going to try and keep that all going. So yes. Okay, so where should we start? So right, Real Housewives of Atlanta, the episode this week, it was episode 10, mediation and meditation and mediation, I think. Oh, hey Instagram, hey Afro Butterfly, how you doing? Thank you so much. So not looking good. Moving to YouTube. Okay, cool. Come over to YouTube. I look at YouTube more than anything like that. Will Smith is honestly, you gotta help me. Because me too, I have abandonment issues. Do you know what I mean? Like, seriously, I'm adjusting too. But let's get into this episode. So obviously there's a couple of things that I haven't seen. So I was grateful for the recap that they had at the beginning. They had they showed in the recap like Drew and Dennis in the studio together. They showed Porsha telling anyone who would listen that Drew was basically trying to smash Dennis, and also Porsha telling Angela to kiss her ass as well. Angela getting oh, thank you, Kim. Thank you. This is my new wig. Same company that I got the straight one from as well. So do you know what I mean? They're doing bits. They really are. We had Angela over here in Porsha saying that she wanted to F Charles. And, you know, the girls gossiping over Angela's husband, Charles, potentially having a side baby. And also Angela checking Shamea, saying that as a married woman, you know, you should have checked your friend Porsha when she said what she said. So that was the recap and everything. And then going into this episode, the first thing that we saw was Kelly and her daughters cooking. Kelly's got like 4 girls. And, you know, she's talking to her oldest about her grades and everything like that. She talks about co-parenting, and that with her oldest daughter, she has a different baby father to her youngest, and they co-parent really well. Like, they're really besties. They're like brother and sister and everything like that. And I thought that's interesting as well. And like, when you're going through like a divorce, not that I've been through one, to be fair, but like it must be, and you've got multiple, you know, baby daddies or baby mummies, you know, it must be difficult like to see the different relationships, like if you're co-parenting well and everything like that. So that must be a lot on her, you know, because this current ex is, you know, allegedly threatening her, that type of thing, and it must be really you know, difficult for the kids and everything like that. But her main thing that she wants to do is get out of her house. They're in like a townhouse at the moment, and she previously was in like a 7,000 square foot house, which is huge, absolutely huge. So she's trying to find a new place to live, yeah, for her and her girls. What we say? Oh, thank you, Buffering Diaries. Thank you, Simma. Saying the hair's looking cute. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Will Smith saying this week has been a lot. Did he? Oh yeah. Boy, I really want to talk about that as well, kind of thing. If we've got time, we might talk a little bit like that. Tory, yes. DGG. Chris Brown in the UK prison is wild to me. And yeah, Nana gone. Yeah, it's a lot. It's been an emotional week. There must be, I mean, I'm not super into this stuff, but I'm thinking there must be something in the stars. Is like Mercury in retrograde or something. I don't know. But yeah, there seems to be a lot going on in our little black world, you know? Okay, so next, you should go and visit him. I should go visit him. Chris Brown, nah, I'm good. I do think this is such a sidebar, but I do think that it's just so typical of the UK to be like, yeah, come, your visa's approved, just to arrest you. Like, that's typical British behavior, out of order. But yeah, I know people are going to be mad. Yeah, he's in the under, but people are going to be mad. They're going to be absolutely mad because he's supposed to be playing, isn't it? So yeah. Okay, so then Shamea, we see Shamea. She is off to dinner. I didn't really like her outfit. What I need to start doing is screenshot him. Yeah, I didn't really like her outfit with those boots. Like, she had like this jean denim kind of like dress on, and then she had these stripy boots, and I was just like, no, it doesn't work. Yeah, she was going to dinner, but who was Shamea meeting? Wasn't she meeting Ralph? Ralph, who is Drew's soon-to-be ex-husband, currently going through a divorce with. Why? Like, it was just so weird to me. Like, why would you be doing this? It seemed very, very odd, considering as well she wasn't too fond of Drew, you know, working with Dennis, who is Porsha's ex, which is weird. So it turns out, yeah, El Michelle, I agree. She just doesn't get it right. She's definitely one of those people. So El Michelle saying that Shamea's outfit will always be a mess. She's definitely one of those people who's got like a lot of money and no taste. That's what she comes across like. But I do think she's lovely though, but not her dress sense. Yes, Christian, rich with no style. So yeah. So apparently Ralph and Shamea done a podcast together ages ago, and he is starting a new one. So this new one that he's starting, he wants to call it, and he had to bring out his phone to kind of like check the name, and it was like, I was waiting for something like really cool and creative, and no, it's going to be called Kings and Queens. And I was just like, well, this is original. Do you know what I mean? Really, I don't know what he's trying to do. Anyway, he said it's going to be a cross between Family Feud meets Battle of the Sexes. And I feel like this has been done to death as well. So I don't know why it needs to have like a whole meeting with Shamea to discuss. Like, surely if you have to talk to her about it, this is a phone call, but you know, I guess it's like a scene for the producers and stuff. So then in the confessionals, Shamea is like, there's nothing wrong with her meeting Ralph. Like, they know each other and everything like that, and he's getting advice, so it's fine. And also, she's a concerned citizen, so she wants to know if, you know, Dennis and Drew are really making hot dogs, as she says, you know? Weird. But yeah, oh, hey, Abbas, how you doing? Christian says, a 40-year-old man talking about the battle of the sexes. How corny. Exactly. Like, grow up, man. Grow up. But yeah, personally, I think the whole thing going on between Drew and Dennis is none of Shamea's business, really and truly. Like, she's meddling. It's messy. She doesn't need to do it. Ralph was talking about how he actually what happened when he met Drew, that it was a whirlwind romance. So they proposed after 3 months, they got married after 5 months, and she was pregnant after 8 months. So it was very, very, very fast. I didn't know that before, like how quick it was. And basically what he's saying is like, well, I didn't really get a chance to get to know her, and now that I know her, I don't like her. So rude. So nasty. So rude. Very, very rude. And I'm just like, this just seems so pay to me that, you know, Shamea, you know Drew, why would you be meeting with her ex? I just think it's weird. I think it's a whole weird situation. And Ralph, of course, he's going to jump at this chance anyway. He does say that he doesn't like the whole situation with Dennis and everything. And Ralph was also saying, you know, asking Shamea if, you know, Drew is still working with Porsha on the whole go naked hair business. Shamea's just like, I don't think so. And then in walks Porsha. What the hell are you doing here? Why is Porsha there? I just think it's so weird. They obviously teamed up, and it's just like showing this solidarity of them together, and then where we get to at the end of the episode, it's just like, what the hell? So they are happy to do crafty stuff together and be sneaky. But yeah, it doesn't pay. Sneakiness doesn't pay. It really doesn't. So yeah, Porsha arrived and she's in the confessional saying like, look, I had no idea I was hanging out with Ralph. I just came for dinner and everything. And Ralph was also saying like, I had no idea. Well, someone knew, and Shamea wouldn't keep that to herself. So I think you all knew, to be honest. Shamea starts talking about also, yeah, she needs a witness as well for her meeting with Ralph, so no one gets the wrong idea. And I was just like, is this guy, and you guys tell me, because obviously I'm new to this franchise as well, like, is this guy that shady that you actually have to have a witness to kind of like make sure that nothing spreads and there's no gossip or anything like that? Yeah, no, definitely. Christian saying, your wife is a Christian man and the mother of your kids. He's so whack. Now that I know her, I don't like her. Are you 19, loser? Yeah, absolutely. He's an absolute loser. It's so weird. It's so freaking weird. Will Smith is asking, Drew was a single mum at that point. Well, what do you mean? Sorry, do you mean like because she had a child before, or what do you mean? Will Smith. El Michelle was saying Shamea likes to act like she has high morals, but her friendship with Porsha shows that she don't. Yeah, and I think like slightly maybe hiding behind Porsha with that. So Porsha obviously is standing firm in her messiness. So Shamea can hide behind that a little bit, So when she wants to be messy, it's just like, oh, it's not me. I was just talking to him. Like, do you know what I mean? She can hide behind it. But yeah, it was very, very, very messy. Sora saying both Drew and Ralph can lie easily. Yeah, well, that's true. So we don't know what to believe right now. We really don't know. Kim is saying he is very messy, but Shamea is also causing drama having Porsha there. Absolutely. It's very, 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 very wild. So then Porsha, sits down and everything like that. They are having a great old time because the bill is on Ralph. So they're ordering everything on the menu, like steak, octopus, whatever. Brussels sprouts was disgusting, but cool. And Porsha does say that she's severed ties with Drew. She's no longer working with Drew. The contract is done. And she does say as well that Dennis sent her a text message the other day saying that I told Drew that I wouldn't F her, but run me my money. So I'm just like, what? Porsha told this to Ralph. Now, their company going through a divorce. Why would you add fuel on this fire? If anyone done that to her and Simon, she would go nuts. She would absolutely go nuts. I thought this was really, really uncalled for. And I don't even like Drew that much. Not in a bad way, but like, I think she does lie too much. She's a deceptive one. So like, I don't really want to be defending Drew, but I just feel like you can't really get around the messiness here. It really is very, very hella messy. Porsha, her thing was just like, well, I'm telling him so he knows and he's clear in his mind that nothing is actually going on between Drew and Dennis, that they haven't had sex, basically. And I was just like, no. But yeah, she decided to tell him. Will Smith is saying, Charlotte, I'm like 95% sure the oldest kid isn't his and is from a previous relationship that had ended not too long before they got together, I think. Oh, okay, cool. So it's just like really happened very, very, very fast then. But someone else was saying that he's a love bomber. I can't remember who said that as well. So maybe they are a match, a match made in heaven. Maybe they are a good match if they're both like doing wild stuff. Porsha Porsha then also does insinuate that Drew is in the streets, which definitely gets Ralph's attention, you know. And then she's just like, you know, she backpedals a bit. She's just like, well, it's just rumors. Like, you know, are all the rumors about you true? And he's like, no. It's just like, okay, then. Like, so, you know, you don't have to believe it and everything like that. And, you know, Shamea then chimes in because she's fully involved in this conversation, by the way. She's not like an innocent bystander just doing nothing. She's involved. And she's just like, do you think they were romantically linked? And Ralph was just like, well, no, I didn't think it was with him. But like, you know, I thought she was dealing with someone else. And he goes on to say, because actually, even before that, Porsha got annoyed that Drew mentioned her child, Pilar, and saying that she, you know, she will be making enough money to send Pilar to college, you know. And Shamea said, yeah, she did say that, but she was joking. You know, and she did say, Porsha did stress that Shamea was the one that told her, hey, Miss Prestige, how you doing? Elma Chaser says that yes, her baby daddy went to jail. Oh, is it really? Okay, cool. So she was just like, I'm out of here. Has anyone noticed that now Porsha has shown herself, Charlotte isn't calling her Big P? I can switch back if you like. But I don't hate Porsha. Oh, I'm glad you're doing well. That's the Miss Prestige. I don't hate P. I could call her Big P. I've actually written it in my notes as well. She is Big P in my notes if you want to see. But it's fine. But yeah, Shamea said yes, that Drew said all of that jokingly, and she wasn't really serious about it. You know, Ralph latches onto this. He's like very, very disrespectful. And then Shamea asks, well, who filed for divorce? Like, why is it in your business? But Ralph is like, yeah, I filed. You know, he was asked why, and he said that because she was having an affair with someone called Ty. Now, Ty, is she the one that's connected to Mimi and Love and Hip Hop? Is that it? Okay, cool. That's what I thought. Yes. Drew dated Mimi Faust's Love and Hip Hop Atlanta ex girl. Yeah. I was just like, okay. And they show a little bit of a clip as well about that. And he said that Drew actually told him herself. Out of her own mouth, she told him. And we see a clip of Drew talking about it. Well, we can only assume she's talking about Ty and saying that she laughs at her jokes. She makes her happy and that sort of thing. Yeah, I don't know why all the women date her. She's like the only gay woman in the US. Seriously. And she got a serious roster. Is that what it is? Okay, so we're saying, and Ming Lee right now is talking about Drew to Ty on Basketball Wives. Oh, really? Seriously? Ty is popular? Really? Is Ty putting it down? Maybe Ty's putting it down, you know? All the girls want to go. Wow. Okay, cool. What is Ming Lee saying about Drew on Basketball Wives? I want to know. Oh my God. I don't watch Basketball Wives, so interesting. Okay, so Big Pete asks, see, there you go. Oh, Will Smith. Asks Ralph if he's ever cheated on in the marriage. And she's like, did you touch a boob? Did you ever sniff another woman? Sniff, you know? And he's like, yeah, of course. And she's like, where you sniff her at, you know? Shamea just straight asks him, did you ever cheat on Drew? And he pauses and they draw it out a little bit. They do draw it out. And he's just like, no, I never cheated on her. I'm just like, okay. I don't believe him. There's something about him. I don't really know his history, but there's something about him. Like, I feel like he is a cheater. Do you guys know him to be a cheater as well? Is that his thing? I mean, he lies about a lot of stuff, so there's no reason why he wouldn't lie about that too. Do you know what I mean? Porsha did ask Shamea, like, how do you feel about Drew right about now? And Shamea's just like, I haven't got no beef with Drew, you know, but I always stay catching strays because apparently when you eat, I shit, that kind of thing. And she talks about a little bit like what Angela's been saying, and they generally think that Angela is generally doing too much. Porsha and Angela at this point have already made amends, and they've already made amends. So they're friends at the moment. So what are people saying? Sorry. So we'll say in them stars, I can tell you, I'm telling you, you can turn out any woman, gay or straight. Stars got magic powers. Is that what you're saying? Well, they can do anything. Absolutely not saying Ming Lee is convinced Tai and Drew did a ting, even though Ming treated with a man whilst on holiday. Oh, really? So she's looking for ammunition against her. So we're saying it seems like Ming and Tai were together, but Ming felt insecure or something because that's what the streets were saying between Drew and Tai, and wanted to know from Tai herself if they were together. So what did Tai say? Is Tai like admitting it or being cagey about it? Oh, Ralph has been cheating since the beginning of the show? Okay, cool. That doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me at all. He cheated when he escaped to Tampa. What? What did he do? Why did he have to escape to Tampa? It was the main storyline when him and Drew met. Oh, okay. So why is he sitting? So does Porsha and Shamea, are they aware of this? Because they've both been there a long time as well. So if he's saying no to them, do they know that he's lying? They must know that he's lying. Ty's an F-boy. Ty pleads the fifth. Ah, mate. Guilty. She's guilty. She's proper guilty. Oh my God. Oh, Drew. Up in another madness. Drew is always in mess. She's always in mess, man. But okay. So this is why Ralph filed first. Okay, cool. All right, thank you for that context. Appreciate that. So Shamea does say in her confessional that defending Porsha causes friction in the group in general. But you know, she didn't ask me to defend her. That's just the kind of friend that I am. Seriously, Will Smith said, I've seen it with my own eyes. What have you seen? Anyway, they thank him from dinner because they're going back and forth. And they literally forget that he's actually there. Christian said, Jessie Wu said, never trust a bee named Ming Lee who ain't Chinese. Oh my God. But you know what? That does ring true because in the UK, we have someone called Lin May and she ain't Chinese either. And we don't trust her. We don't trust her at all. Seriously. There's definitely truth in that. Oh my God. We don't like that. Okay, so next we move on to Angela at her property. Angela talks a little bit about her property. She's got 5 investment properties, 5 at the moment, but none of them are selling. None of them. And she said at the moment she is 2 million in debt, which is just insane. Like those kind of things, like those are rich people problems. So 2 million in debt. Wow. That's a lot. But she recognizes she's in deep ish with these houses and everything. Kelly arrives. We know Kelly is looking for a home. So she arrives to tour one of these properties. They have a little bit of friction because the last time that we saw them together, I think Kelly was, talking about, what about that baby Charles had or something along those lines. So she didn't know whether it was okay to hug her or not, kind of thing. And she just said, you know, in the confessionals that she feels bad about, you know, Angela's husband's secret baby. So she's a little bit nervous, and she was just like, look, I don't know if she's going to take me down to the basement and tie me up and that sort of thing. I was just like, you're so dramatic, Kelly. But I do like Kelly. I think I like her now. So she's looking for the house. Angela's telling her that you know, that this house that they're looking at is going to hit the market in a couple of days and everything. She's looking around. She's saying the ceilings are too low. And I was just like, okay, Kelly's a little bit as well. And the ceilings are too low. It must be really low then. It must be super, super low. She also looks out to the pool, and there's no pool at the moment. And just talking about, oh, I can show you renders, and you could just see the pool. It just looks manky. There's like dirty water, probably rainwater in there. It's just like, not great. Not great at all. The closet's too small. Angela at this point is desperate to sell, so she's just trying to hype the whole thing up in any as well. But this house in particular is worth $3 million. And you know, Kelly doesn't, she's like, I don't think so. I'm not too sure about it. So anyway, they sit down and talk, give each other compliments. Doesn't necessarily go down completely well. Yes, or 10 days. Yeah, so they had 10 days to hit before they hit the market, and hardly anything is done. And Angela's actually putting post-it notes on things that need to be done, and there's a lot of them. There's an actual lot of those post-it notes, like, honestly. So then, yeah, Angela then starts talking to Kelly about, you know, what was said, and she tries to clear up a few things. She said that her and Charles have been married for 8 years, you know, and Kelly does apologize for, you know, saying what she said and, you know, making her feel some type of way. And Angela's just like, look, if you have questions, just talk to me, just ask me, you know. And I think that's fair. Like, you should ask the question, but she was just like, well, when is it going to come up? Well, not like that, Kelly. You don't like start shouting out things. Like, do you know what I mean? So then she explained how the rumors actually started in the first place. And this was all to do with Wendy Williams. So Wendy was in the press because her husband had stepped out on her and had a baby. It's my understanding that Wendy knew that he was stepping out, but having the baby was just a bit much. Wendy asked her, have you ever been through anything like this? And Andrew was just like, yes, she has. But Wendy assumed, because she was with Charles at that point in time, that she was talking about Charles, when in fact she was talking about her first child's father, her first daughter's father. And then Wendy went on to repeat the story. Then it was in the press and everything like that as well. And, you know, Charles didn't really care too much about it, kind of thing, but the rumor just kept on going and everything like that. And then Angela starts talking about, you know, the stress of being with someone of, you know, like Charles, and like the groupies and those kind of issues that come with it. And she talks about the infidelity as well. She says, you know, the Madison Square Garden incident that really, really damaged his ego. She's not making excuses for him. It did sound like she was making excuses, though. It really did. But her take on it was that he really felt the need to be validated. So that's why he was stepping out with her. They did take a break, you know, and then they eventually got back together. Now, I do appreciate Angela being so open about this as well, because I think, like, a lot of these women are in denial and they just pretend, oh, it's not happening, or they don't want to admit those kind of things on camera as well. So I appreciate her being open about that. But then she switches the conversation to Shamea. And then she tells Kelly that she had a conversation with Shamea about Porsha. And she tells Kelly that she doesn't think that Porsha wanted Shamea to be part of the housewife. She didn't want her on the show. And she says, you know, Porsha didn't go to Shamea's wedding. And you know, Angela said that she told Shamea, you need to talk to her. Like, you need to talk to Porsha and have a conversation, you know? And she said that Shamea said that she was afraid. For me, this was a lot. I was just like, Angela is messy. And you know, she's saying this in a very classy way. Like she's saying, like, oh, I'm just letting you know that this happened. Although that Kelly doesn't need to know. So she was being absolutely messy. I'm conflicted though, whether her messiness is necessary to push everything forward. I do feel like it is a little bit, but yeah, it just seemed a lot from Angela. Kelly was just like, you know what, if that's your best friend, you should be able to talk to your best friend about everything, which I think is true. You absolutely should. And you know, she says, like, even with Brit, when she's right, she's right. When she's wrong, she's wrong. And I was just like, not really, Kelly, because with Brit, you didn't really go in on Brit, right? Do you know what I mean? When she was talking about pew pew and all this kind of stuff, you pretended like you didn't hear that, you know? So I was just like, I don't know about that, Kelly. I think you're just talking at this point. But in her confessional, Kelly does say, you know, my bestie knows never to be talking about me behind my back, you know? And she says she doesn't really know why Shamea would even confide in Angela in the first place. But maybe it was the tequila or something like that. And she says that, you know what? Angela needs to mind her business. And I absolutely agree. I agree. I just think it's just, it's a bit too much. And I do think it is strange. Like, why is Shamea talking to Angela so freely in the first place? Like, you don't know Angela like that. I just think it's just a bit messy. I think it's a bit messy. What are people saying? Yeah, that house is overpriced. Yeah, absolutely. Michelle saying, I love how Kelly came to smooth things over with Angela after seeing her handle Brit and Porsha. Yeah. Yeah, she needed to do that. And Sora said, too messy for me. She was pushing too much. Yeah, I think so. Michelle saying it's not too messy. Really? Okay. This is old school Real Housewives of Atlanta. Bo collecting that. Sheree. Sheree. Sorry, Sheree made famous. Okay. So you think this is in the vein of the show? So is Angela gearing herself up to be like a classic cast member here? Is she doing classic moves in terms of like, you can trust me, I open up, tell you my whole life story, and then I just go and tell someone else? Like, wild. And you know Kelly's gonna go and tell Brit, like, immediately. And Angela's probably already told Drew, right? It's a lot. So yeah, Angela basically was just saying she doesn't want Shamea to be Porsha's sidekick, or Shamea doesn't want to be Porsha's sidekick. Yeah. So then we see Brit and her husband doing breakfast. I thought this was just so boring. They're talking about their Brit's mum is coming to live with them, and they were talking about, oh, now we can't walk around naked. Just like, okay, cool. Like, I just don't care. Like, I just don't know what it is about Brit. But I'm not a fan. I'm just not a fan at all. I just think, and now I know it's bad, but I really can't even stand the way she talks. Like, yeah, she talks, yeah, how I think Angela's nose looks like she should talk. Does that make sense? Because Angela's nose is quite caved in, like, there's not a lot of nostril room, yeah. But I don't think Brit's as that bad, but she sounds like it. She sounds like how Angela's looks. Yes, yeah, so it's a lot. It's very, very, very nasally and very, very irritating. And because she's irritating, it makes it even worse. Yeah. So yeah. Kay is saying Angela understands the assignment, is playing her role well. Will saying Angela's a silent killer. She is. You know that game Mafia. It's like she's playing Mafia. It's like she's playing Mafia. She's going after everybody. She's just like, you want to talk stuff about me? Okay, don't worry. I got you. So true, Ari, the noses. Isn't it, Marianne? Isn't it? It really is. Because this episode was focused on Angela, I heard it from Angela's voice too around the middle of the episode. It was so annoying. Yeah. So absolutely not saying Brit, belongs on Love and Hip Hop. BBW. What's BBW? What's BBW? I don't know what BBW is. Maybe I'm being dim. Maybe I don't know. Or Zeus. Yeah. Is that baddies? Is that baddies? Maybe. I don't know if she'd be baddies. I think she's a bit classy as baddies. I don't know what BBW is. Basketball Wives. Oh, thank you, Sora. Sorry. Thank you, Christian. Yeah, I don't watch that one. But yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I just think like this is not really for her. I don't know. But I think her storyline is a bit lame at the moment. Her husband, she's saying, is really protective of her. She says that she thinks that her older sister is jealous of her husband and hers relationship because she's taken her husband away from her. Like the husband has taken Brit away from her sister, which I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Maybe she does feel like that. She's just like, oh yeah, but my sister can't keep me warm at night. I'm just, okay, cool. That's your sister, dog. Like, do you know what I mean? Do you have to talk about her like that? I don't know. But anyway, her voice is great and yeah, we could have skipped that. Then we see Porsha and Angela. Angela decides to meet Porsha at her rental property, another one, because she said she's not letting anybody into her home who said that she wants to F her husband. Which I can't disagree. Absolutely, I get it. Angela's daughter is also there, Amari. She's also there as well. She is the one, she's 21. She is the one that actually got married in secret. You know, Porsha in her confessional says, you know what, she likes Angela. She thought that she's, you know, she's a bad bitch. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, she can, it's good. Like, let's try and be friends. Like, she doesn't just have Drew as one of her friends. any excuse to get to Drew or throw shots at Drew. Anyway, they play tennis. BP is like, her outfit is inspired by Serena Williams. She's wearing a catsuit. In that heat, I was just like, wow, good luck. But she does look good though. She said it's given Serena Williams / Power Rangers, which I thought is hilarious. Yeah, and they play tennis together. And they tie. I think they tie. No one win. Yeah, they draw and everything. She does say though that Angela's arms are so long and her wingspan is so big that she can reach over the net. And I'm just like looking at the two of them, yeah, when they were walking together, I was thinking, aren't you guys a similar height? Like, I don't know. I thought they were similar height. Hey, Danny. Yeah, we're doing Fridays now. There's a little bit of changes. You might want to watch from the beginning because there's a few changes. I don't want to spoil it for you. But we're doing Fridays now. Fridays at 1. For the summer. Christian says they are almost the same height, and Porsha is wider than Angela. Yeah, I'm just like, girl, you talk about yourself. You're really talking about yourself. But anyway, they talk about Angela's daughter getting married and why Angela was upset about it. You know, she's just like, look, my daughter's partner, she's really, really sweet and everything like that. But what her daughter was saying to her is just like, because Angela is a bit of like a helicopter type parent, so she might be like, maybe a bit too intense, maybe a bit too involved in her life and everything like that. So she kind of got married without telling her as a bout of rebellion, you know, and she just wanted to assert herself as an adult. And, you know, Angela's just like, you know, she's just hurt by it, but she does want her daughter to know that, you know, she can talk to me about anything and I'm always here for her as well. So there's that. So yeah, so then Porsha talks about Pampered by Porsha coming up and she's inviting everybody. Then Porsha tells Angela about the text that Dennis sent her about saying that, you know, Drew was trying to F and Dennis was just like, nope, you need to pay for these beats, run me my money. And she also told Angela that she told Ralph about it too. Angela in the confession was just like, see, this is exactly why I did not invite that girl into my house. Like, she's just too pay, you know? And I think she's right. Like, do you know what I mean? She needs to keep Porsha at arm's length because Porsha is messy as hell. She really is. And she does want to get Drew's side of the story too, because she doesn't believe that Drew would do something like that, like for, you know, a little bit of, you know, something. She says, what did she say? She said she doesn't think that Drew would do something strange for a little bit of change. And then she says, not Drew doing booty for beats, which is out water. Angela has great one-liners. Like, she really does. I really like her for that. She's very, very witty. But Angela thinks, you know, she thinks she's like not a white savior, but she's not a white one, but she's like a savior. She's really trying to fix every mess or make the messes worse, which I think she's really trying to do in the background with everybody, because she's just like, I feel like I can fix this between Drew and Porsha. She really does. Porsha then goes on to tell her, like, you know, she talks about my child as well, kind of thing. And Angela was just like, she did say it, but she said it in a different way. She said that the money that Dennis earns could be contributed to the college fund for Pilar, which is not actually what she said. Drew actually said the way the royalties and publishing are set up, like it's going to pay for PJ's college. Do you know what I mean? To be fair, there was no, yes, it was absolutely diabolical, absolutely not. There was no reason for Drew to say that anyhow. There was absolutely no reason to say that at all. But Angela insists that she didn't say it like that. You know, in that clip, they did show that Shamea also did say to her, like, yeah, you don't need to be worrying about PJ's anything that she's already paid for. Then Drew goes on to say, well, you know, I might just contribute, you know, it might just contribute to some snacks or something. But there was just absolutely no reason for Drew to say that anyway. But yeah, ridiculous. Angela then brings up Shamea. She brings up Shamea and she tells Porsha, you know, covering her tracks, that she mentioned it to Kelly as well. And then she said that Shamea said that she felt for a long time that you didn't want her to be a part of the group. Portia's just like, that's not true. Like, she vouched for her. She showed her the list of, like, the dream list of cast members and everything like that, and she was definitely on it. But the only thing that she did say was that your husband didn't want to film, so that was the issue. And she was just like, maybe Shamea took it the wrong way. And Angela's basically saying, you know, the fact is, like, I know that you know, there's things that are still lingering, and she feels like it might be like a lopsided friendship. Porsha is stunned by this moment. She's just like, wow, how is she even saying this? And Angela's just like, you know what? I feel like you guys need to have a conversation. And I said this to her, but she is afraid. And she did say that, you know, there are some uncomfortable issues, but she doesn't want to just be looked at as Portia's lapdog. Porsha, at this point, she hides her face behind her fan, and it seems like she's crying and everything, and she's ready to go. Now, I feel like this is a bit wild. Like, Angela, I don't know what Angela, apart from mess, yeah, what good could Angela get from saying this to Porsha? Because these two have a long, real friendship. Yes, yeah, they have a long, real friendship. So I don't know, like, why she would say this, right? And I just think, like, I think that the line about being afraid is what irks me a lot, because it's like, why are you telling Angela that you're afraid to talk to Porsha, who is supposed to be your friend? Now, I can understand why Porsha can get upset about this, because what do you mean you're afraid? And why are you telling this newbie, this stranger, our business? Like, why are you doing that? But she didn't even get angry. She got upset. Like, do you know what I mean? That she's sad. She's disappointed. That's what I was reading anyway. I don't know if you guys, yeah, since childhood, that's the way I see it, you know. El Michelle says, you talk about man. So I guess this is about Angela. Angela say, you talk about my man, I'll break up you and your best friend. She's like, simples. Tit for tat. Tit for tat. That's what she's doing. But yeah, she's really upset. She's really upset. She's ready to go. And you know, in the confessional, she's just like, this is a bit overwhelming, you know? Do you know what I mean? Like, nothing should be really coming between us and everything like that. She's just hurt and she's exhausted. And I can't lie, I felt for her a little bit. I felt for her a little bit because I was just like, what? Like, Angela's messy as hell. Angela's messy as hell. And I felt she was just like, oh, you're serious. She at one point, Angela was just like, oh, you're serious. Like, you're really crying. Like, no shit, she's really crying. This is her friend. I do think, though, Porsha feels guilty because of the way that she's behaved in the past. I do think that that is a thing. And I think she is ashamed of the way that she's behaved in the past as well. Like, I do think that. So we're saying, I feel like they may have had conversations about it, not that deep between themselves outside of the camera, but hearing it resurface years after hurts. Yeah, I agree. It must, and also the added thing of like, now Angela is saying this to me, that means this is going to become a storyline, and you know how she definitely is weary about storylines and how they play out for her, and like the understanding that now she has no control of like how that's going to play out, you know, and knowing that it's going to bring definitely what do you call it, bridge a gap, like create a bigger wedge between them. Do you get what I'm saying? Absolutely. Says apparently Shamea's mum and Porsha's mum were besties. Yeah, which I heard that too, which kind of forced them to be friends. I wonder why the mums are not besties anymore. Yeah. Could it be a generational competition? Maybe. I was telling my cousin the other day, like, there is a family in the area that I'm from, and we beef them, we still be not fisticuffs, we're not fighting, but we're still not friends. So I get that generational because it started with that, like, do you know what I mean? And it's still it's still there. That beef is still there. And I saw that girl the other day and I was still thinking, don't like you. Do you know what I mean? Beef with me, you beef with me forever. Like, honestly. So we're saying, yeah, it's because has been a moment since their friendship being one-sided most of the time, where was said, especially when Shamea came back as Candy's friend instead of Porsha's. Oh, okay. So like, yeah. So the those one-sided friendship what do you call it, rumors are not dying down, basically. So it's probably, she's probably thinking this is just going to get worse and worse and worse. Yeah. Sorry, absolutely not. I'm sorry. But it's true. We don't like them. We don't like them. Okay, so anyway, that's happened. Then we go to Drew. Drew basically is with with her son, and you know, she's kind of talking to him for a bit, and then she has this session with this life coach called Dr. Ken. Dr. Ken basically was her marriage counselor before with her and Ralph when they were trying to work through things. But now he's her life coach and they do this Zoom session. She does say to him, like, I haven't been telling you everything because I've been getting on with it, but now I'm feeling really overwhelmed. And, she starts getting emotional. She said there's a lot of drama in her social circle and everything like that. They show a clip of Angela telling Drew about Ralph having dinner with Shamea and Porsha and trying to recruit on the podcast and everything. And Angela also tells Drew about the text from Dennis, and her potentially trying to give booty for beats, Kelly's also there in that flashback as well. So, yeah, Britt wasn't there. So is no one fucking with Britt? Like, do you know what I mean? Sora said Dr. Ken is Real Housewives of Atlanta life coach, marriage counselor at this point. Oh, really? Is he a regular? Is he a regular in this side of things? Oh, I didn't know. I like these little nuggets. I didn't know that. Okay, cool. So you see Dr. Ken on the call, and he's just like, look, you can't control what other people say about you. Do you know what I mean? But Drew says, why would Dennis make up this lie? So she is insinuating that Dennis is lying. Well, not insinuating, she's blatantly saying that Dennis is lying. And she's just like upset because she's like, I thought he would support me. And Dr. Ken is just like, look, you're no longer a victim. You're not that, like, do you know what I mean? You need to try and work this out with your friends. So there's that. So I don't remember when he first appeared, but around the beginning for sure. Oh, really? Okay, cool. Dr. Ken. I mean, his advice was mediocre. I don't know, but we had to show Drew in some sort of way. Anyway, so then it's the Pampered by Porsha event. We're coming to the end of the episode. We see everybody in their lingerie and everything like that. Very, very nice. I love the shots. I should have actually took some up, but the shots were really, really nice. I really like those robes. I really want one. Like, I like the way it cascades down. It just looks like it'll feel nice on the body and everything like that. It was really, really, really cool. I love it. We see everybody's there. Like, Britt's there, Kelly's there, Angela's there, Shamea's there. Everybody is there. So Kelly's there as well. So they kind of they're all mingling and everything like that. They have these waiters that everybody liked and what everyone was flirting with as well. Do you know what I mean? Talking about double fisting drinks. There was sexual innuendos there. Drew does talk about in her confessional, she's just like, she's trying to be nicer to Porsha, but she's just like, look, she couldn't even keep it up. It's not, it's not real. She just said it's not real. Porsha, on the other hand, she says, look, I don't want to argue with her anymore. So she will be there. But yeah. I think they have a bit of a talk and everything. I think Porsha does a bit of a talk. They have massages. They have a photo shoot. Porsha's idea is like, these are pictures that you can, send to your husband, your boyfriend, your secret boo, or your situationship. I was just like, she has covered every single situation going on, But Drew is there just like, so what is this content for Instagram? Is it, is it for us, or like, is it like, because I don't do promo for the sheets. Like, she's talking to Cynthia and Kelly and they're just trying to eat. They're just like, I don't know. But during the confessional, she's just like, look, I was an ambassador for Go Naked. That done really well, by the way, but my contract was terminated. And now we're just, ambassadors for Pampered by Porsha. She's made good money with me. I think this was a setup. Drew's just looking for anything at the moment, do you know what I mean, to be annoyed at Porsha, to try and get her back in some way. But they take loads of pictures together anyway, and they all look cute and everything like that. Shamea and Porsha do take a picture together as well, so they're acting like they're cool, at least. And at some point Porsha does say, I think in the confessional, that she's really shocked that she's been spoken about behind her back by her best friend, and she's trying to avoid stress and everything like that, so she wants to put that to the side for the moment. And then we see Kelly and Shamea chat. Kelly tells Shamea that Drew said the last time they met that Shamea is Porsha's lapdog. Obviously Shamea does not like this. It did look like, though, as well, I don't know if everybody spotted it, but Angela in the background, like she was lurking. I don't know if they put her in slow motion or something, but it was like she was lurking, trying to see what was going on. And we see Kelly tell Angela, she also tells her that Angela and Porsha had this conversation. So she talks about the conversation and what she heard. And she said that Porsha was actually in tears as a result of what she heard in that conversation. Shamea is visibly shocked. She's shocked. Personally, I thought this was genuine, but I know a lot of people are saying that this was acting. But I thought she looked genuine. But then I can be gullible sometimes. So I don't know. I really don't know if that was real or not. It looked real to me. Kelly basically says that, she thinks that, that you're at Portia's arse, basically. Shamea says, I consider Porsha to be a sister, like she's family, like, and I can't even believe this conversation would have taken place and she didn't even mention it to me. So I think this conversation happened the day before and she's really, really hurt. She does look upset. Anyway, they do this meditation thing with Portia's sister. She's leading it and another girl as well. And they do this thing where they're supposed to meditate and then they're going to do a sister's circle and like share their feelings. I always think these things are a bad idea. I don't think they're a bad idea. Everyone thinks they can handle it, but they can't. It's like, yeah, we're going to share. It's always a disaster. It's always a frigging disaster. Shamea has decided, everyone's laying down, in their lingerie on these mattresses on the floor, whatever it is, and everyone's laying down, and Shamea is just like, fuck this. Like, do you know what I mean? She's sitting up. Kelly runs over to comfort her. She's been a messy boots, by the way, and she starts like trying to like calm her down and encourage her to participate and everything like that. And she's just like, she's not in the mood and like, don't let me disturb you. Like, I'm just not in the mood for it because how can this even be happening? Porsha overhears her, sits up and she's just like, shh. She tells them to shush. And, Shamea's just like, I'm not at peace, maybe she's not feeling the peace either, she says about Porsha. Hell, she might even be choking on it. Seriously. So now Kelly tells Shamea, like, everything you said to Angela, she has went back and told Porsha. And Shamea's just like upset about this, kind of thing. So now the sister circle starts and basically they have to say a thing and say, may I speak with you? Say what it is. And then the other person needs to receive it or needs to at least try and receive it. Yeah. Angela goes first and she's just like, and I thought this is so meddling. But she goes first and she goes, like that she appreciates the apology that she's had from Porsha the other day. Then Kelly is like, just to make sure that they get the bit that they need, Kelly's just like, I appreciate both Porsha and Shamea and their friendship. I hope you have a conversation. Like, I feel like Shamea can't shine in who she really is as you don't allow her to be herself. She said that to Porsha. Porsha starts to respond. She's just like, I receive what you're saying, but like, I hate that she feels like that. Shamea cuts in and she's just like, who said that? I haven't talked. So I want to know who said that. Like, who said that? Porsha's just like, look, Angela and I spoke yesterday, obviously about Shamea and, that she's the best friend. And apparently I'm the bad friend. That bad friend bit did sound like an edit to me. I don't know what you guys think, but it sounded like an edit to me. Shamea is like definitely pissed off. You can see it in her face now. She looks really upset. And, she's just like, how does this make you? Someone asked her, how does this make you feel? Portia's just like, it makes me feel like a piece of shit. It saddens me. Shamea then starts talking and she's just like, I've never been one to talk about behind my friends' backs. So everything that's been brought to her that allegedly brought her to tears yesterday has not been communicated to me. Porsha says to her, like, look, you brought it up to Angela that I didn't come to your wedding. And every time Shamea brings something to me, she puts sauce on it. and she said that I didn't want her on the show. Shamea's just like, yeah, because you know what, you did show me the receipts about what you said about being on the show. I'm just like, at this point, but Shamea, why are you talking to Angela? Like, I don't know how you guys feel, but I'm just like, but you did say this to Angela though. Like, she's not denying that she had a conversation. She's just upset. She seems more upset that Porsha didn't come and tell her rather than what was actually said. That's what I got from that. Because she does say, you know, I've said things to you too, and everything I've said to you, you know, said to other people, I've said to you privately, which is just like, again, it's like a question mark to me, because like, but why are you chatting me with other people? That's how I would see it if I was Porsha. You know, but she said, you know, I'm not an angel or anything like that, and our relationship has definitely had some challenges, but everybody knows if you come to me with some stuff about Porsha, I'm going to shut it down, and that has not been reciprocated. And Porsha's like, how? Like, no one has said anything about you in this group, so what is there to reciprocate? Shamea's just like, your whole energy is shitty, and it starts escalating because she is now shouting. She's absolutely shouting. Porsha's like, this is supposed to be a safe space. And I'm just like, no, it was never going to be a safe space. Never, ever going to be a safe space. You know, but she's like, what made you question our friendship to even attack it in the first place? Angela chimes in. She's just like, you know what? I feel like you were afraid. And I feel like there's been things that have been bothering you for a little while. Shamea at this point is literally shaking her head. She's pissed off. To me, it's giving guilty conscience. A conscience, yeah, I think it's giving guilty to me. And Angela's just like, look, I would never have known, you know, about Porsha not coming to your wedding if you hadn't said. Shamea's like, the world knew. I can't lie. I didn't know. I didn't know before this, but other people might have knew. And people were saying, I saw some notes, people saying that Angela has been a fan of the show, so she should have known if she was a fan of the show. So maybe Angela's twisting the truth here. I'm not too sure. And then Porsha goes on to say, like, look, I didn't go to the wedding in Kenya because a couple of months prior we weren't speaking, and that's all anybody needs to know. And she's like, I apologize. Shamea, this needs to be news to Shamea. Shamea didn't know that. She's just like, wait, you didn't tell me that. You know, they go back and forth on like the details of that and everything like that. And they talk about there was issues with a flight, and Shamea was saying, like, if you had an issue, I would have bought you a ticket. And then Porsha's just like, well, I was at your traditional wedding anyway. Remember that point anyhow. Angela then kind of like, you know, now we brought this up, like, how do you feel right now, Shamea? And I'm just like, is she twisting the knife? Because that's what it seems like. It seems like she is twisting the knife in there. I don't know. It's crazy. It's a little bit crazy. And Angela feels like she's done a good job because she's like, I'm advocating for Shamea to speak up, but also on the side, you're getting your lick back as well. That's what you're doing. Shamea just goes on and says, like, you know, she's never talked down about the friendship. She just feels like it's not reciprocated. And, you know, Porsha is more like, you know, why are you guys all attacking our friendship anyway? Like, you know, and Angela's just like, well, it's on a silver platter, so we can. Which I think is just a bit ridiculous anyway. Cynthia who is also there, by the way. She's also there. And she's like saying, you know, I really hate like when the circle breaks up friendships and everything like that. Do you guys think that Cynthia is clocking Angela and Kelly's game? Because it seems to be them two. They're messing. Like, if this was their game plan, they should be high-fiving each other, like, to break these up, because they were the catalyst for this to happen, for sure. Not so much Kelly, I won't hold as responsible, but Angela, for sure, you know? But yeah, Shamea is just like it really hurts. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, she doesn't expect a resolve right now, anything like that. And she's always chosen grace at the end of the day, you know? Porsha responds and she's like, thank you for your grace. And Shamea gets annoyed. She's like, that's sarcastic. Did you guys think that was sarcastic? I'm not sure. I wasn't sure, but I don't know. I don't know enough if it was sarcastic, but Portia's talking to herself like, yeah, she feels like a piece of shit. Anyway, it was sarcastic. You think, okay, cool. So we're saying I felt what Cynthia said was because it's what happened between Nene and her. Oh, okay. So similar situation. Okay, cool. Got you. Portia said it in a sarcastic way. Okay, cool. I wasn't sure. Okay, so that was the end of the episode. But then we see on next time, we see Portia. I think she's maybe with Cynthia. I think she's shaking her ass. We see Drew being affected by changes in her kids. I think her children are going to therapy. This is obviously due to the divorce. Then we see a bit of a sit down between Shamea and Portia, where Shamea is just like, I would like to express some things, and Portia just starts sighing heavily. She did. So yeah, that was the episode. I did also see, actually, I think I have that clip of that what is gonna go down between Porsha and what's it called? Shamea. So let me put that on there real quick. Let me pause that, sorry. I gotta get used to doing all of this on my own. So share screen. Cool. Okay, so like at the end of the episode there was a little clip, but then I found this longer clip as well. So this is a bit between these two.
For maybe not being as open about my feelings over the years. There's been things in our friendship that have hurt my feelings, and a lot of stuff I mask because I handle our friendship with care. I think all I'm trying to say is I think I wouldn't have preferred it to have come out in the group. I didn't need them to tell me or tell you how to feel about what we got going on.
You had already discussed some of these things prior to me anyway. That's how it even got.
So the difference between you and I is when you do things that bother me, like talk over my music, I didn't go crazy about it right then and there. When you do little petty stuff like make posts or talk over me when I'm talking, all of those things feel dismissive to me, and they're hurtful. So I would like moving forward is when you feel some kind of way. You're young, you're tired. Am I boring you?
I'm taking a breath. This is a little bit uncomfortable.
Okay. Why is it uncomfortable for me to express myself?
Because the way it's an uncomfortable situation. Okay. To be honest, I am surprised by this energy I'm getting from Shamea. I'm confused to why all these things are being brought back up that we've talked about.
The fact that Porsha took the stuff that these ladies were saying and ran with it is hurtful. They brought up all the rumors back in the day and the reasons why she, quote unquote, wasn't a good friend to me. And yes, I did admit that, yeah, some of that stuff happened, but we're good now. We're in a good place. So I'm sad because these ladies have said some really distasteful and ugly things about her, and I shut it down.
So that's what we're going to be seeing more of next week. Do you think this is the end of their friendship? Oh. What's he saying? Big P is the villain of the series. Is she? You think? I don't know. Oh, maybe she is. Cynthia should see their game as the tales all the time. Yeah, after which the El Michelle says after watching the seasons back, she really is. You think? Maybe. But I just don't think that Shamea is innocent either. Like, do you know what I mean? I don't think Shamea is a victim here. I really don't. She was on the Breakfast Club as well this week, promoting her song Never Had as well. She did talk about things. That's where she talks about her and parents, her and Portia's parents being best friends and everything like that. She did talk about, Porsha not coming to her wedding, but she did say that she only had one wedding. So I'm just like, well, which is it? Do you know what I mean? So, or is she not counting the traditional? But I did think as well, the way they were talking about Africans, I don't know, man, that was an uncomfortable listen. Like, it was just like, I have an African, like, I have what? We're people, man. Like, seriously, it seems strange to me. I'm just gonna put the I'll just go for a few things, but let me just put in the link for if anybody wants to call in. Yep. Okay, cool. That's the link there. Oh, you can do it to different things. Okay, got you. So yeah, I thought it was a strange way to talk about it. They did also talk about her feelings if Mia from Love and Hip Hop Potomac was to join, because obviously Mia's no longer there, and she was just like, yeah, that's sure. She can't take my spot, but yeah, that's cool, and everything like that. And then she also talked about what's it called, Brit. Brit do not like each other. Let me just get that clip 1 second. Share. Let me see here. I found this on. Here we go.
Not a kind person, you know.
But
and
the beginning.
So today,
but I'm happy that you said two, because those are the only two I really care about, which are, you know, Kelly and Angela.
Mm-hmm. And you just don't like the other one.
I don't see it for her.
Why? Why don't you?
She's
like
just
her?
not a kind person, you know.
But usually the shows like that type of thing.
That's how girl groups are. You're not gonna get along with everybody, and she's just not my type of girl. She said herself she's not a girl's girl, so we can see it,
right,
for sure.
Do you feel like a lot of times those castmates they try to show things that they're not? Like when I watch the show sometimes and I'm looking, I'm like, dude,
that ain't how you are. Exactly, you putting it on for the cameras, but I think that our viewers and fans can see that. Like when you ain't being real, it'll come out and everything will be revealed, and that's exactly what's happening. You can't keep up with your own stories. Say you lost your insurance, then you didn't lose your insurance license. It's like, girl, come on.
Damn. Do you feel like the drama?
She's talking about Brett, El Michelle. So she don't mess with Brett. She is not a fan of Brett at all. Which is interesting. So I don't know if there's more to what she's done or what Brit has done, like in the coming weeks and everything like that, because we got a bit. We still got. Well, this is only episode 10. We got a long way to go. We got a long way to go, honestly. But yeah, interesting stuff. But yeah, that's on the Breakfast Club. I think that was like yesterday or the day before. But yeah, let me bring up Christian to the stage. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Seriously. Hi. Obviously, this is a new world now. So
we will keep you company. Yes.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. What did you think of this week's episode?
I thought it was okay. Like, I thought it was decent. It was, you know, an interesting episode. I do want to know, actually, Shamea in that clip from the Breakfast Club, she looks great in that clip. The hair, the outfit, the makeup, like, maybe, you know, what I've noticed is that, and the women talk about it too, is that your first season of Housewives, like a lot of times, like you don't look the best until you watch it back, and then you like take notes on like how to improve a look. Hopefully she'll watch it back and say like, okay, I'm not going to do that stuff the following season.
Yes.
But like, I don't know, like her style is just,
it's not working.
It's really not. It's not working for the camera. It's not working for the everyday life. Like, also, there's just way too much fabric in Atlanta. Like, I don't know. The boots, the coat, I'm like, girl.
But it's like they want to do everything all at once. Like, it's just sometimes less is more. It's okay. Like, you don't have to wear all your Chanel at one go. Like, do you know what I mean? I know you're rich, but like, just chill a little bit, you know? Seriously. But someone was saying that it's like she's like trying to be what she thinks a housewife is and not being herself. That's what some people are saying. Do you get that at all?
I do. I definitely think that But I think she has a beautiful family. She has a nice
Mm-hmm.
house, a little
Yeah.
tacky, but a nice house.
Yeah.
Like she is rich. So it's like just be you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like I definitely think she's getting caught up in the performance of what she
Mm-hmm.
thinks. But I also think part of it is like because she has been on the sidelines for
Mm-hmm.
like a decade, she has been anticipating all this stuff that she plans to do. And so
Yeah.
now I think she's like, I'm throwing everything at it and I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to do all this stuff at once. And it's like, girl, just pull it back a little bit, pull it
Yeah.
back. Yeah. But she
True.
looked great on the Breakfast Club. Let me
She
say
really
that.
did. Yeah.
Okay.
She
That was the
really,
best
really
I've
did.
ever seen her look.
Yeah. Honestly, I liked everything. Haven't seen a full length yet, but like, yeah, the hair, the top of the dress, the makeup, the earrings. Maybe I would have changed, but it works. Like, do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah.
it does work. Yeah, she looked really, really good. Will Smith is saying Christian Jane for co-host / Nana replacement. like, like she, her seat is still warm. Okay, Will. Do you know what I mean? But good suggestion. Good
Oh
suggestion.
my gosh.
Good suggestion.
Yeah.
Loving both backgrounds. Yeah. No, I really like. I love your aesthetic.
Thank you. You know, I'm
Really,
telling you, my little shoebox apartment in New York City, this is like I do
honestly,
the best I can.
honestly, like I live in a very small space as well, so like you got to
Mhm.
make it work. I
You
totally.
gotta, yeah. When you find that like one angle, that one corner of the apartment that where you're
Yep,
like, I'm gonna go
that's
back
the
there.
one.
I'm
Yep,
gonna go back
always, always. What was
every
I going to
time.
say? Do you think, okay, because a lot of people are saying that Shamea and Porsha, that this is just a storyline that we're going to see later on. They're going to make up. Do you think that this is real? Because obviously Shamea has gone on the Breakfast Club now. She's like basically in real time now, like they are not as close. Like Porsha did say happy birthday, but that's about it at the moment. So,
I think that it is real. So like even from like when Shamia got married, I think it was
mhm,
like 8, 9 years ago.
yeah.
They had like the little falling out over the wedding, right?
Mm, mhm,
And so I think, and I have a friend, she lives like 2 hours away in Philadelphia.
mhm.
And she and we've known each other since we were, I don't know, like in middle school. We were like maybe
Wow.
7 or 8. So
Yeah.
we've known each other longer than we've, not known each other.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And we have had like ups and downs in our relationships and we like go back and forth. So I do think that that is like the natural course of a friendship. Now, I will say the difference is
Mhm.
that I'm 32, she's 32. Yeah, she's like
Okay.
a month and a half older than me, but um we have found like a rhythm that works for us. Like we know each other, we know what buttons not to press, we know which ones to press, we know like how to have the hard conversations, and it's very easy for us to have like fun, lighthearted conversations. We're
Yeah.
very different people, and I
Mhm.
think that if you haven't taken that time to like learn your friend, like a friend who has
Mhm.
like been there for a really long time, then are
Yeah.
you really friends? You know?
Mm.
Um, yeah.
True. That's true.
So I
Mhm.
do think that I do get where Shamia is coming from. I also kind of get where Portia is coming from. I think what
Mm.
it is with Portia, and like a very small defense of her, is that
Mhm.
I think that she's kind of blindsided because I don't think she and Shamia have ever had this type of conversation before. I think Portia
Right.
has been a not great friend to Shamia probably their entire life.
Okay.
And Shamia's never brought it up. Right.
Mm.
And so, like, now Shamia is bringing it up, and
Mhm.
she's bringing it up in front of these girls and doing it on
Well,
camera.
in
And
front
so
of the
I think
world.
that
Yeah.
Portia is like, what's
Mhm.
happening? Right?
Mm.
Like, my marriage is falling apart and I'm trying to hide that.
Yeah.
Drew is
A baby
filming with my
father.
baby
Yeah.
daddy, and
Yeah.
that's a mess. And
Mhm.
now, like, Shamia is like running around. Like, I think Portia is like, honestly, probably a little overwhelmed.
Yeah, I think so. And I think like you might obviously know more and stuff, but like even like the pampered by Porsha and doing that kind of like chill and like trying to get her zen and like doing the sister circle. I feel like those are signs of like she's trying to, you know, maybe be a little bit different, maybe grow up a little bit. Like I'm not trying to give her too much, but like just trying a little bit. So then if everything around her is falling apart, you know, she could spiral or go into herself and then also, you know, isolate herself a little bit as well.
I agree. Yeah. I think she's in a weird place. I do think a lot of Portia's problems are self-inflicted. Um but I also
You think?
I don't know. Like I just feel like um I feel like Portia is surrounded by a lot of people who will affirm her no matter what. I think Shamea was one of those people. I think her mom is one of those people. I think her sister Lauren is one of those people. And like when you know, I've been having this conversation with a couple of my friends this week about creating intentionally creating areas of like friction in your life, right? Like I don't think that anybody needs to have like a difficult life where they're struggling, but
Yeah.
when you are challenging yourself, when you're reading, when you're thinking critically, when you are asking questions and being inquisitive, like that is like challenging the way that you see the world, and like those things are important. That way it makes you more resilient as you navigate the world, right? Like being told no, having difficulties, all of those things make you more resilient and they make you a better person. But
Yeah.
like if you're constantly being told yes, which, you know, at least from the outside in, it looks like Portia is constantly being affirmed by the people around her, then when one little thing goes wrong, you want to throw a chair at people or you want to fight somebody or pull
Yeah.
their hair or yell, you know, like it's,
Yeah.
and at 43, it's not become, I think she's going to be 44 next month.
Oh,
It's
really?
not
Oh, we're
becoming.
the same age. No way. Serious. She look good, boy.
So
Serious.
yeah,
Mhm.
I don't know. It's
Mm.
sad. I love Portia. I love Portia as like
Mhm.
an OG housewife, but like would I want to be her friend?
Mm.
We could be cool.
We could be acquaintances. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm sure we'll go out and have a good time. Like, do you know what I
Yes,
mean? But
yes,
like, I
yes.
don't know about being around all
Yeah,
of that all
yeah,
the time.
yeah.
Could I don't
It's a
yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
And them meeting up with Ralph, like I thought that that was so disrespectful. Like I thought it was
Honestly.
messy because I do think that there is something to what Angela said to Shamea about like being a married woman and like
Mhm.
not behaving in that way. And it's like, Shamea, if somebody went and met with Gerald on camera, you would be besides yourself.
She would
You would
be,
be so mad.
you know what I mean? It
And
should
Portia
be
is literally currently mad at Drew doing that.
yeah,
So it's like,
yeah,
why?
exactly. Absolutely wild behavior from both of them. And it just shows, and this is what I'm saying, like, I don't think Shamir is innocent. It shows how messy Shamir can be because she done the setup. Like,
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like, she
yeah.
was the one who she set it up. So, and she allowed herself to be in that position as well. So it is really messy. And I know she's not a fan of Drew, but still, like, you don't have to
Why
go
do
too
that?
far. Like, that is Portia's fight, you
Yeah.
know? Like, you don't
And
have
it's
to do
like
that.
Drew, this man is literally somebody that Drew is currently divorcing. Like, this isn't a
Mhm.
long time ago ex. This isn't a, oh, we had a kid and it didn't work out. We split like Dennis and Portia. Like,
Yeah.
girl, this is a man that she's currently divorcing. And
It's,
y'all are going and being messy like this. And Ralph is lame. Like,
mhm.
sir, I don't know. Like, go away. Go away.
He's like, I'm milking this for everything. Everything. Do you know what I mean?
He
He,
really is. His own confessionals,
yeah,
sitting up
yeah.
here kikiing with his soon to be ex-wife's co-workers. Like, you
Mhm.
are a loser, sir.
So shady. Honestly,
But
honestly.
this is why you have to vet This is why you can't just fall for people's looks. This is why you have to vet the people that you engage with, because things can be all like sunshines and rainbows. Like this is why, I hate to admit that I do watch that Pop the Balloon.
Oh, do you?
I do. So I do. This guy that I was dating, he
Yeah.
got me into it, and I was like, "Oh,
Okay.
it's like a train wreck." But
Yeah.
there was a guy this week on this week's
Mm.
episode that um was like trying to clown the girls for being like a girl's girl,
Oh.
and he was like, why are you worried about what I'm telling the next woman? And
Mm.
it's like, the reason that I'm worried about how you treat other people and other women is because the
Mm.
second that I fall out of favor with you, you're going to treat me the same way, right? So like
Exactly.
when we get in a disagreement, I need to know that you're going to be amicable about it. You're going to have at least a level of respect, even if you're not happy with me, right?
Mm.
Like, if you're going to trash talk me, like, I want you to do it in a way that's like respectful. You know what I mean? Be like, oh,
Yeah,
she
yeah,
gets on
yeah.
my nerves. If you want to be friends with her, fine, whatever. But
Mhm.
like, I don't see it for her right now. I'm pissed
Yeah,
at her. I'm
yeah.
like,
Mhm.
so in like, Ralph, I think early on, like in Drew's first season, we all saw that Ralph was like trifling. So it's like, Drew, you had to have seen that, but
Yeah.
you ignored it. And
Mhm.
that's exactly why you don't ignore it. You can't
Mm.
ignore bad behavior from men, especially.
You cannot. You really
Mm.
can't. But yeah. Okay. Thank you, Christian. Really
Yes.
thank you. I hope you'll be back next week as
I
well.
will. I will.
So, thank you.
All
Have a good
right.
weekend.
You
All right.
too. Bye
See ya.
bye.
Bye. Okay, so next we have El Michelle. Hello, El
Hello.
Michelle.
Hi,
Hi.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How are you
Okay,
doing?
I'm doing well this morning. It's morning here. I'm not sure what time it is there.
Oh, we're like 2:45 p.m. at the
Oh,
moment.
okay. I
Yeah.
don't know why I thought it was later there, but that's good. Yeah, a lot of things that Christian said, I 100% agree with. I do agree that Portia knows it was going to look bad when she put that fan up. Me being how I feel about Portia. When she put that fan up, I was like, "Girl, you're not crying. Put that fan down." I was like, "Is this a laugh?" That's why for a minute I was just like, "Is this a play by Shamea and Portia to have something else going on?" But at the same time, I was just like, Portia wouldn't have this come up because it makes Portia look so bad.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I was just like, okay, yeah, I do feel like she knows it's going to look bad. Them bringing this back up. This is the
Mm-hmm.
conversation. I feel like she thought she did it or ended after I think it was season 9 when it happened, or kind of and going into season 10. I think she thought it wasn't going to be brought up because Shamea is a people pleaser, and that I feel like is Shamea's ultimate demise in this friendship that she has with Portia. Like someone in the comments said that it's a childhood relationship that came about when the mothers were friends.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe that's true, but the mothers are no longer friends now, it seems. So because one of her mom, Shamia's mom said that she used to be one of my best friends. So that means she's no longer your best friend now, but your relationship with the daughter's relationship is continuing.
Mm.
I feel like it is on a silver platter, and maybe I'm an Angela apologist. Sorry, but I feel like it is on a silver platter because we saw it happen. And I have questions, girl. How could you have forgiven her? Because I watched Shamea in that reunion the year that Phaedra and Portia said that she slept with Candy and Todd.
Mm-hmm.
And she was hurt by that. And if I'm not mistaken, Portia tried to shut it down and kind of say, like, we'll talk about it, we'll discuss it. But at the same time, like, I want to know how you got past it. And then she played in your face for a second time and didn't come to your wedding in Africa. And being one of your best friends, if I'm over here in America, I want to come to Africa. I will make any concession possible to come to my best friend who I see as a sister. That's what she said this week. Even if we're mad, because that's what she said. She changed her story all of a sudden this week, or in this, chronologically. She changed her story all of a sudden this week as to why she didn't go. But I'm sorry, even if you're my sister and I'm in your wedding, you still want me to be in your wedding. If I don't have the cash, if that is one of the cases, I'm coming to you. You're about to marry a millionaire. Sis, can you upgrade my ticket? Because that's what she said initially. She said that she couldn't be in coach because the space is too small. It's too short, and she has to have her legs up. Okay, girl. So if you have to have your legs up, first class ado, and let's upgrade your ticket. And I'm sure Porsha has had at that time a couple of men that she probably could have asked, can you help fund me to get to Africa? And even if you're mad at your sister, girl, you are looking for your African prince. Now, what makes me think that you wasn't looking for him then? Go to Africa. Like, why are you not going to the Kenyan wedding with your best friend? So I feel like Porsha is no, I'm sorry. I'm getting on Porsha. I'm trying to stay on Shamea. Shamea is. I want to know how you got over that. You know what I'm saying? I do, because at this point, I think anybody may have cut or put Porsha at a distance, and I feel like it keeps happening to her. And add on to that what happened at her birthday. Porsha showing up late at her birthday. Like, I feel like she consistently doesn't care about hurting Shamea's feelings or what Shamea might say, because Shamea is a people pleaser. And I also feel like how that conversation that you showed, I'm kind of throwing it all out there, with that conversation that you showed that's going to happen next week, showed that Porsha always has been flippant with her responses, or probably just tries to debt the situation, not really take accountability. I think that's Porsha's biggest downfall. She doesn't take accountability.
Yeah. No, I agree. I'm seeing that. I'm definitely seeing that. I think like I'm just okay, see with Shamea and this, I want to know what did Porsha mean then by having she was at her traditional wedding, right? Because I can't speak for everybody's culture, right? Do you know what I mean? But definitely in my culture, the traditional wedding can be and sometimes is more important than the white wedding. So she was there. What does that, do you know what I mean? Like, then she was there. But Shamea saying on the Breakfast Club today that she only had one wedding. I need to know. I want that to be cleared up. What do you mean?
I think on the after show, she said that the event that she had here was like, I don't want to say it wrong. I don't know if it was the bride price or dowry or something like that.
Maybe
I'm sorry.
Maybe it was the instructions or something. It might be that. But yeah, okay. Cool. So it's not okay. So it wasn't the actual wedding part. Okay, cool. All right, no problem. So yeah, okay. So then Shamea's within her right. You wasn't at the wedding then. You weren't.
Yeah, and because people get confused. Porsha had two weddings, quote unquote, two weddings, but they both were here. They both were in America, and like the second one was supposed to be like the, I guess, traditional African wedding. I guess it was supposed to be, and then the second one was the American traditional wedding, because both of them, she had different outfits, but they were both on the same day. Or not same day. I'm sorry, on the same weekend, but they were both here in Atlanta.
Yeah. Okay.
So I guess she's trying to equate that with the same thing somehow. I'm not sure.
No, I think there's a lot of hurt there. There's definitely a lot of hurt there. But I do think as well, like, it's not all on Porsha at the end of the day. Like, if you're hurt about something, then you need to speak up and say it to the person who's offended you, right? Because they can't, otherwise like, I'm not saying she's right or anything like that. Otherwise, they're just walking around living their lives. Like, you know, she doesn't know, like, or she doesn't care to know, because you haven't really brought it to her. So talking to Angela, it's not helping your situation.
It's not helping her situation, but I also feel like, I don't know if Angela sneaked in and she knew when to sneak attack with the Shamea. And I say that because if I calculate when this meeting with her, Drew, and Angela happened, it happened right after the bank event. when Shamea gave her the olive branch, and so I guess they were all getting together, her, Shamea, and Drew, Angela, Shamea, and Drew, to I guess turn a new leaf together. And so and then that was the same night that the same night that Porsha was like, that's not you, on the recording on her song with Shamea.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's when she snuck in and asked, how did you feel about Porsha asking those questions, like questioning if that was you on your song? And that probably was when she let it all kind of flow out. Shamea did. And I think also on the after show, they said that, it was on the after show. Drew and Angela said that Shamea made them pinky promise not to say anything or something like that, not to say anything or bring it up.
Oh, really?
Because, it wasn't on camera. And the only reason we see that video is it looks like it's a iPhone camera video of somebody showing who all is at the little event. The cameras weren't there at all.
But do you see how that is not the greatest either? Because because Shamea is saying, they're both saying, you're my best friend. At least in this world, you're my best friend. But you're chatting me to other people. That's wild. And Shamea's priding herself on like, I don't talk about people behind their back, but you did. You talked about Porsha behind her back.
Yeah.
And that's do you know what I mean? So I feel like it's a double it's a double standard there. Like, do you know what I mean? Like you can both be upset. You can definitely both be upset, but Shamea, you can't take the moral high ground here because you have been chatting your friend.
Yes, you can't take the moral. It's the moral high ground that I feel like Shamea tries to play with us, and it's like we see how you move and we see your actions, and it's not that. I feel like I just want to go back to something else you said. I feel like Shamea. I'm sorry, I actually lost my train of thought. So you keep going. I'm so sorry.
But yeah, I think I don't know if this is fake for a storyline. I don't know. But I will say that they've known each other a long time. So they would be the best candidates to do this as a fake storyline. Do you know what I mean? Because they would know they would just know, they know each other, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So they could play everybody. They could be playing everyone to keep the conversation and the focus on them.
The focus and the conversation on them and away from whatever Porsha. But the thing is, I still go back. I don't feel like Porsha already has the what's the man's name? Simon storyline, which I'm gonna come back to that. The Simon storyline. She has the Dennis and Drew storyline. She has now the Shamea's questioning their friendship storyline. I just don't feel like she keeps wanting to be looked at or seen in that light. I feel like the Drew storyline of it all is more, the Drew and her and the Dennis was more of a storyline, but I don't say that now because of them sitting down with Ralph, which is crazy to me.
Yeah,
like crazy. Like you said that you don't like men right now because you're going through a divorce or you don't like divorced men or something like that. But you're sitting down with her ex-husband. That's crazy to me. Like her soon-to-be ex-husband. And you haven't even sat down with Drew to get the truth or whatever Drew is going to say out of her.
Right. It's wild. It's so wild. She's tit for tat. She's paid. She's absolutely paid. She is paid like that. But Shamea was happy to be paid with her. That's the thing.
Yes, that's my thing.
You're better with her, man. I don't know about this one. I don't know if it's real. I was moved. When Shamea was upset, I was moved though. But like, when
she was upset about what exactly? I'm sorry.
No. So when Porsha was upset, I was moved. Like I was just like, oh, but I think maybe because she was blindsided. I think that's what you said before. I think she was just blindsided by it all. But yeah, it's interesting. I don't know.
Yeah, and I also feel it's interesting because I feel like any one of these girls could have called up Simon as well because Simon was not in custody at this time. So like they playing light with you really. And I really, and also, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
This is the other moral high ground part about Shamea. I really hate when the shows start playing with people's marriages, because I feel like if you're not going to talk about my kids, why would I want you to talk about my kids' father, or the man I'm married to, unless I have publicly said I'm not with him, or we're breaking up, or I've led the charge in talking mess about him. I don't like when they do that. I don't like when they play in that saying, and I feel like Shamea, as a married woman, you need to be one of those main ones who would not want to do that, who's not doing that.
Yeah, it makes it murky. It just makes it murky, because it's just like, yeah, what the hell are you doing? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you should be sympathetic to Drew's situation. To be honest, to be fair, Porsha should be sympathetic to Drew's situation. Do you know what I mean? Not like add fuel to the fire, but as a married woman, like, what are you playing?
I feel like her and Drew should have had like I have your back still, because you're going through divorce, I'm going through divorce. It's sticky, it's messy in different ways, but it's still sticky and messy. But I feel like they just took the wrong avenue. I just feel like they took the wrong avenue.
Yeah.
Because even with Porsha flirting with, never mind, I'm making up storylines in my head again. But
no, she wasn't. She did. No, I think Porsha, just like her conversation with about Charles, that stepped over the line. Do you know what I mean? That really was. And I think that, but that her now going to talk to Ralph with Shamea just compounded the fact that Porsha doesn't care about your husband, and Shamea should have a clear line against that. Do you know what I mean? Because to be honest, Shamea, it could be yours next. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly, because now you're saying that husbands are on the table to talk about, but we haven't even seen Gerald. We've only seen Gerald in that first episode, so I don't know what the rules how the rules have changed, because all before it has been your husband would show up on the show like that, but I guess Atlanta was struggling.
Yeah, or whatever. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Okay, well, thank you, Michelle.
Thank you for your time. Y'all have a great day. I'm sorry, that wig is beautiful. I already made like different hairstyles, and I'm like, if you swoop it all to the left, oh my God, girl, model for real.
Thank you so much. This is you nice as well. It's the same place I got. I'll put no, I can't put a link, but I'll put the name of it in the chat below, or the comments kind of thing. But yeah, thank you so much.
No problem. You have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye. Guys, what do we think? The air is definitely pop. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, man. The new, I got you. The new wig. I'm gonna get another one. That's what I want to do at the moment. I'm gonna get another one. But yeah, guys. Oh, Christian saying I can't wait for the Kelly Brit fallout. Wow, that will be explosive. I think Kelly will just go for her. Kelly's like a little Rottweiler, I think, honestly. But also as well, no one likes Brit. They don't like her. Only Porsha likes Brit. So I wonder how we're going to get to that part of the story as well. Yeah, we still got a good number of episodes to go. Do you know what I mean? Also, what else have we got coming up? We've got, oh my God, guys, we put this in our Abyss was the one that put it in our Labrish group and our WhatsApp group. If you're a member, then you're part of the WhatsApp group as well. The Secret Wives of Mormon Lives. Why? Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Does anyone else watch that apart from me and Abyss? Because it's back. It started again yesterday. Secret Lives. Sora, are you in? Is anybody else in on this? Because they be having drama and I want to talk about it. But yeah, that's my number one outside the culture reality show that I watch. That's the one. But yeah, gonna be watching that coming up as well. Obviously, Love Island USA is coming out. I think it's the first week of June. I don't know what the dates for Love Island UK is at the moment. Let me just even have a quick Googles. UK, so that'll be coming up soon as well. Is there anything else If you are in, I'm in. Okay, sorry, let's do it. Let's do it. Is there anything else, guys, that we should be watching that is easy to get into? Let me know your suggestions. Okay, launch date 2025. 2025. Anything else you can let me know in the comments as well, kind of thing. Okay, so it's either gonna, according to this, it's even gonna be Monday the 2nd of June or Monday the 9th of June. That is quick. That's less than a month. Okay, cool. We need to prep. We need to prep. We need to prep for that. Seriously. Okay, cool. Okay. So maybe they're keeping it strum this year because they always have so many different leaks. Check out Basketball Wives. What season is Basketball Wives on, Christian? What season? Because I feel like it's like 20 seasons or something. Sora, that's you. I saw a thing for USA. That's the first week of June. Let me even bring it up. And then I was just querying about UK. Let me open another file. So it's Instagram. 1 second. Currently 12. Well, Christian. I don't know about that. Love Island USA. Basketball Wives Miami was the best, but it doesn't exist anymore. Oh, really? How come? What happened? What happened? Right, this is what I saw. Dun, dun, dun. This. Oh, where's the sound?
What do you see?
Let's take a look. Oh, honey, look at you.
And those bombshells. Are they?
No. Yeah.
You're right. Yes!
Spots are flying.
Oh my gosh, this is so hot.
Oh, this comes off pretty easy.
Safe to say this season's looking pretty good.
Peacock's Love Island USA, coming soon, only on Peacock.
The upcoming season of...
So that's coming 3rd of June. So that's soon. I definitely want to watch USA. I think I prefer USA. Sometimes. But UK, let's have a quick look. They've put anything out there? I don't think they have. Why is it not coming up? What the hell? What the helly? What the Beyonce? No, nothing. Rubbish. That's the thing. Love Island UK stays disappointing me though. It does stay disappointing me. Not even a notice. But yeah, it should be soon, hopefully. Last season was my first and I loved it. Well, what? UK or USA? El Michelle? I think it was too... Christian said, I think it was too violent. What? Then all the ladies moved to LA, so it had the same cut. So some of the same cut. Okay, cool. Basketball Wives are too violent. Oh wow! Like we don't have budget for that kind of security. US. Okay, yes, it was really good. I think last year was really good. Love Island takes a little while to get into it, but then it just starts really picking up. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens, and then I'll see in terms of like the frequency and stuff. And then also Love Island Games should be coming this year as well because they didn't do it last year, and I really like Love Island Games. That's probably the best out of all of them. But yeah, it's juicy stuff, man. Okay, guys, is there anything else you want to talk about before I jump off here? They throw in drinks and jumping across tables and actually fighting. Like the early 2000s. Oh God. The last one to share, I just want to do like whatever else is going on in the world, because there's a lot going on in the world. And someone put a list up earlier. Do you know what I mean? We've got Chris Brown in a UK jail charge with a GBH, which is insane. We've got freaking Tory Lanez being allegedly stabbed. People not believing it either, which is, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. It's a little bit morbid. The jokes are a little bit morbid for me, I think. And of course, Diddy. God, what are we on? Day 5? Are we day 5 of the Diddy trial now? Yeah, we are. Day 5. I can't lie. I mean, 14 times. Yeah. Insane. Are you saying that because it's unbelievable or you believe it? Sorry, I don't know. Cassie and Diddy, yeah. Oi, it's a bit deep. Like, I've had to take breaks because I can't lie, I'm a bit obsessed with the trial, and I hate the fact that I'm so obsessed as well. But I am, so I have to admit that I really am. Hearing about Cassie's testimonial, like her, yeah, it's a bit deep. The cross examination, I don't know what they're playing at. I'm guessing everybody's following it as well. They just had her read out a bunch of text messages, basically trying to paint this picture that she was like this big, you know, druggy. She was involved and active and everything like that. I just don't think they're doing a very good job, which is great because we don't want them to. We want this guy to go down. I just don't know if he's going to go down, though. Yeah, Sora saying, yeah, me too. It's so dark. It's hard to hear a testimony. Yeah, it really, really is. And like even the way that they're doing it as well, like she has to read it out on some of the bits. It's just a lot. And then she's like 8.5 months pregnant as well. Just thinking about what that's doing to her body, her child, the fact that they try to stop like her husband coming in to support her for part of the trial is crazy. That's another thing. If a man puts hands on another woman, don't believe you are different. Yeah, he will do the same to you. Diddy, leave Diddy, Chris, Trace. Yeah, exactly, kind of thing. All of them, leave them alone. Honestly. And now allegedly DDG as well. Like, leave them alone. I think it's so easy to get caught up in that, though, especially if you're after fame and fortune, to be taken advantage by these nasty, nasty monster-like guys. Yeah. But all the people around him, his family, having his family sit through the freaking trial as well, it's insane. It's actually insane. It's insane. Oh God, it's a Christian said every time I hear a white man in a seat say freak off, I cringe. You know what? Yeah, even what was it the other day I was thinking about? I was thinking Missy Elliott as well. Yeah, get your freak on. I don't even want to hear that song. I don't want to hear it. Like, I know it's got nothing to do with it, but I was just like, I don't even want to hear. I don't want to hear anything with freak in it. Like, no, it's just horrible, absolutely horrible. I think we'll see. I think I've heard that Dawn Richards is going to testify. I think she's testifying next. There should be a recross examination. I've been trying to watch. I don't know. I need to find someone in particular. I've been watching Tisa Tells. I have been watching Tisa Tells, but I think and she does get some of the information, but sometimes it's a little bit thingy for me. It's a little bit intense for me, I think, as well. I've been watching, what's the name of the other guy? I can't remember. Something beginning with P, I think. We were watching him, and then I was watching Law and Crime as well. This is the thing, Christian. You know they were playing that song. You know they were playing Get Your Freak On in those sessions. But yeah, it's all foul. It's all kind of really disgusting stuff. And I can't watch everybody because sometimes when you're watching lives and you see the comments of like these disgusting people like that are blaming Cassie, and like I don't even want to see all that either. So I have to take breaks. But I do want to know every single detail, though. That's the other thing. Like I want to know seriously. But yeah, we'll see how it continues this week. But yeah, it should be interesting because when Dawn Richards came out with her story before all of this went to trial, the other woman, what's the other woman that was in Diddy Dirty Money? Keisha? Can't remember her. But she kind of tried to dispute everything. So I wonder if she will be on the prosecution's witness list. I wonder. But yeah, Diddy. I hope he goes down immediately. We've got 8 weeks of this. Someone said, who named their child Cassie? I'm like, are you dumb? Her name is Cassandra. What the hell? Seriously? The Kane group. What do you mean, Sora? Is that in terms of who I'm watching, or I was trying to find that because this guy, he was going through someone's tweets. Like, is it Inner City Press? He was going through Inner City Press's tweets, who was tweeting in real time, and they had to keep on refreshing it as well. So he was going through those, and that was interesting. The other girl in in Dirty Money. He made the girl group he made. Oh, Danny Kane. No. The Diddy Dirty Money group. Noah Laps is saying I can't even listen to the child recaps. Yeah, it's a lot. It's actually a lot. You have to take break. Like, I think, yeah, I don't know. I have a curiosity there. Oh, they've started already. Oh my God. What? Oh no, this is a false post. Okay, cool. Let me not share misinformation. Serious. Sorry, let me even show you what I'm looking at. So there's this what do you call it, on Twitter or X? I hate that it's X as well, to be fair. This guy, Inner City Press, he basically does like almost like a transcript or close to a transcript of what is happening in there. I saw this, but it's false. He's just like, we've seen it and it's false. This is not for Inner City Press, but yeah. Okay, so she's back on the stand again then. It looks like it, but yeah, I think I'm gonna read through this later because it kind of stops and starts. It's too horrific. No Laps is saying should very much have a trigger warning. Yes, of course. Basically, on all Diddy content, there should be a trigger warning. Is he on Threads? I haven't seen him on Threads. I hope he is, because that would be better. Christian said, I'm also shook at the casual nature in which they refer to the freak offs in text. I'm like, girl, what you're casually and unironically say freak off in casual. Yeah, no, exactly. Like, it was so normalized. It really was. And I know someone that go look at Inner City Press if you want to on X, by the way, because yeah, they do updates in real time. So I'm guessing like not all the journalists are allowed to tweet and use devices and stuff, but some are. But yeah, I actually know someone who went to an event where Diddy and Cassie were together, and then they brought the party back to their house, but you could only go to a certain space in the house if you done some adult sweeties. Basically, it's not even funny, but that name it. Yeah, which is insane. But yeah. Now, and that was a guy, and he was saying that he didn't do it, but I don't know if I believe him. I don't believe him. So it says he is the only allowed a device, from what attorney Simone said. Really? So he's the only person he's allowed a device? Wow. That's a lot of pressure. This is Inner City Press. That is a lot of pressure. Oh God, yeah, see. Okay, cool, I won't read this. Well, press at least. Okay, cool. That's insane. And that's a lot of pressure, man. You got to get everything right. And the thing is, he's doing it so fast. So it's obviously sometimes he makes typos and stuff. Do you know what I mean? So you kind of got to guess what he's saying. Bro, Christian said instead of F around and find out, it's F around and freak off. Serious. But it's just wild. It's just wild. I don't know. I don't know what people are dealing with, man. Seriously. But yeah. I hope justice is served. I really do. But my expectations are incredibly low. Like incredibly low. Like I'm not expecting justice to be served. I want it to be served, but I'm not expecting it because men like this get away with crazy things every single day. So yeah. Will Smith said we're all waiting for the Making the Band reunion in court. Dawn Aubrey, Lorianne Gibson too. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I get what you mean. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, sorry, I forgot Dawn was in that too, but she was also in Dilly Dirt Money for sure. Yeah. I just hope there's more people, but we would know if there's any kind of like additional witnesses now, right? We should know by now, unless there's a surprise witness, but I don't know if that's like more TV stuff than what actually can happen in reality. Oh God. And I want to know what witnesses the prosecution is going to bring court as well, because who they got on their team? Crazy. But yeah, okay guys, well thank you so much for making this first solo show good. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, we got the whole summer, just you and I. But yeah, maybe we'll do some guest spots as well. Yeah, maybe I should look into that. But yeah, but thank you guys. Appreciate every single last one of you. Please make sure you like this video. Also, if you're Replay Gang, leave me a comment as well. And what else? Join our membership as well. Oh, hold on. Let me get the link. See, I have to do all of this stuff now. Oh my God. Oh my God. I gotta know what everything is. Oh my God. I've got to get a system going. I really have got a system. I have to get a system going because yeah. Cool. There's the link there to join our membership. We need new members, so please join us or give some memberships. Only if you can afford it, though, because prices are high. Cost of living is high. It's crazy right now. Christians said a lot of their names are withheld, so there are more. Okay, cool. Yeah, I've heard that as well. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Have a great weekend. And I shall see you next week, Friday at 1 p.m. Also, do let me know if this time works as well. This has to work for my schedule for the short term anyway. But if there's a better time, do let me know too. Appreciate it. We need KK or Capricorn up there. Huh? Who's KK? Oh, KK, that's the assistant, right? That's the assistant. Diddy's assistant. Yeah, she needs to go on the stands because she knows everything. Capricorn, is that a bodyguard? I don't know. But anyway, guys, peace out. See you next week. Have a great weekend. See you later. Bye.